So I want to talk about this last iteration of Into SoulWisdom that begins on September 3rd and is my third and last offering of this course this year. Next year will bring whatever it brings. And I was feeling into what is in the heart and soul of this course, and what I kept feeling is remembrance, is deeply coming into oneself and moving out of a paradigm of overpower to empower, and shifting that paradigm inside of oneself to actualize it in the world around us. So Into SoulWisdom is a 3-month course about developing and deepening your intuition. It's about coming to know yourself in a really intimate way, to be able to understand the patterns and beliefs that are present inside of you, and know how and have the tools to listen to them deeply in a way of being able to understand yourself, to understand what is living inside of you. And it's also a beautiful community of people who are in a similar process and who can support each other through these explorations. The first month is about meditation. We spend the whole month doing different meditation techniques, and it really supports our connection with the sense of inner peace that is always residing within us. The second month is what I call discovery of auric perception. Auric perception is a capacity to sort of listen to things that are seemingly non-physical and understand them, such as our belief systems, parts of our bodies, energy systems. It's really honing our ability to deeply listen to ourselves and the patterns that have been born within us, so that we have more awareness in how we're living, so that we don't have to live that way, so that we have the capacity to influence with love the patterns that are held within us. And I personally feel that just by listening to something deeply, we have the capacity to heal it. Because by truly listening, by truly attuning ourselves in empathy with that which is present, something comes. Like, that whole experience to me is deep love. And when we allow ourselves to relax into the vibration of love, love heals, love changes. So we sort of go through the process of that listening and what it means to receive that from ourselves and receive that from others, to truly be heard on a really intimate, energetic, and cellular level. The last month is about just developing different energetic techniques to know how to work with the energies of one's own body, and perhaps to transmute and heal. I feel listening and understanding our energetic realms and working with sound is really transformative in being able to shift our energetic states. So that's the basic structure of the 3 months, and throughout the months I send a lot of emails and private videos to, like, specifically to the questions the group has. I like to give as much as I can, tools and insights. I just share a lot about how to activate oneself as an intuitive soul being and living in the world. And also there's a one-on-one session with me included in the course. And so that's the basic structure. But really what's present, like when I feel into soul wisdom and when I feel the hearts that are called to gather together in circle on September 3rd, I feel a deep sense of beingness. Like, really, people who are wondering how to surrender into their true self and understand what that means, like how to be one's true self when there's so many emotions, when there's so many triggers, when there's so much happening, how to really reside in inner knowing and still be in a world where there's so much happening, and there's all these external circumstances that are triggering within us our traumas and wounds and pain, and how to be with that and to allow that experience, but not to be controlled by it, and also to innovate other experiences that also encourage our inspiration, our creation, and our wisdom. And so I feel like I'm done one course and I'm inside the second one, and they're different. The energies of the two courses are really different. And the first one, it was really about intuition and knowing oneself and wanting to heal like really specific patterns And the second course I really feel is like, it's kind of like an exploration through the realms of self and like, what does that mean? I feel like we've kind of been in like this interesting cosmic water, and it's not so clear, but it's so present. It's like I just see it as if we're in an ocean, and then there's these pulses of light that are coming through. And as the pulses of light come through, they haven't all coalesced into the shape or into the form that they're meant to be, but the pulses are so powerful and so potent that it feels like perhaps the pulse and pulsation is what is meant to be. And it's sort of being in that experience. And it's really interesting for me going through these two courses and just feeling the energy of the groups and how different they are. And I anticipate the energy of this third group to also be different, to even, I feel like it's like this further dissolution. Like it's like actually the structure is like falling away. And as we go into soul wisdom, the whole concepts of what I'm holding are falling apart. And the concept itself is merely a pointer to something that is eternal and infinite and like ever present. And I'm realizing the deeper I connect with Into SoulWisdom and the source of this, that it truly, it's so outside of anything I could create. It's really like it points to source as source, and how that experience shows up in the individual is so unique. And I just created a structure to facilitate that to happen, but how it happens and the way it's happening is, it's influenced by the quantum space we're in now and the continuum of growth and evolution that is present, that is super present, the depth of awakening that is calling us. And I feel that so strongly. And I'm so grateful to show up in whatever form and capacity wants to be met. I'm so grateful to show up for you in whatever form, and for a form of you wants to be seen. And this course is really for that. It's to show up, to be seen in our authentic and vulnerable and our, like, as much as possible, our whole selves. I say that so much, like to be our whole self, but I feel it's so vital. And it's something I say a lot because, so much of what I say, it's like I'm speaking out, but I'm also speaking to myself. Because what I'm sharing and what I facilitate and what I guide, what I teach, what I work as in healing, it's personal to me. It's an externalized expression of my internal journey. That's what this whole course is. And me knowing myself as a whole being, like as an energetic soul, material, heart, love, like essence, all of myself. And to really merge the sense of myself as a soul being with the sense of myself as human, to really incarnate fully into this body is a movement of wholeness. That's like, it's an emergent movement, like from two, through the two, into a third, into one. It's something that I'm living within, and the whole world is living within. We're all living through this movement, like from the past to the future, in the present, being in the emergent point of not yet there and no longer where we were. And here is in some ways nowhere. And so we're in this process of deep transformation and transmutation on a collective scale, and we're all feeling that in an individual, unique way. And this course supports our capacity to listen and understand to what's happening inside of us, and how to respond with silence, how to respond with words, how to respond with listening, how to drop deeper into our experience to know like what's speaking here, what's speaking from inside of me, and in what ways is what's speaking from inside of me connected to like my relationship with men or women or my mother or my father or my ancestors or my soul. Like where is this housed inside of like an etheric auric experience, and how does this imaginative experience that feels so true to me illustrate and affect my real world? I feel like when I share a lot of things in my work, I'm like, that sounds a bit fantastical. but we are fantastical. Like we are like an amazing phenomenon. We are like supernatural, and like we're really natural, and we're also like supernatural in both ways of that word. And the more we connect with our sense of self as a phenomenon, as imaginative, as dynamic, I feel like we are able to deeper connect with the physical world around us from a state of communion, from a state of understanding, and from a state of really empowered creation that has nothing to do with control. It has nothing to do with domination. It has everything to do with harmony. It has everything to do with our capacity to be a harmonic convergence between us and us, all of us, like within us, within the one web of consciousness, and also within every strand of consciousness that we each are an expression of. So that's a bit about like what is the pulse, the current, like what is the rhythm of the heartbeat of this course. And I really look forward to hearing from you. If you're interested in this course or working with me in any capacity, I also do a 6-month journey that's one-on-one, and then that can also be a 1 month or 3 month. I do different things from one-on-one, and I do a 3-month group journey that's limited to 4 people. So all the information is below. Please send me a message or book a 30-minute free call with me to find out if this is for you right now. And yeah, I feel it is. I feel if you've gotten this far and you're interested, something in you is calling. I say like the way we hear our soul is like a whisper than a roar, and it's like a gentle gust of wind on our cheek. It's something that's subtle, and then suddenly the subtlety is so intense it pulls us right in, and we know it for sure. So if that feeling is felt for you, reach out to me in any way, in any capacity, and I look forward to connecting with you. So much love and blessings. Have a beautiful moment wherever this moment finds you.